up, we're gonna head on over to Brooklyn and welcome back Bert Lee.
I have to follow that? Scooches forever. What a fabulous band. You guys are... Blah. And wow. Whoop, whoop. Steam comes out of my ears. I'll just try to be good, that's all. I had a 10-piece orchestra, but they went into the bathroom and the lion attacked them. John will explain that to you. All righty. Yodelay-hoo, yodelay-hoo, yodelay, dear ladies, you all know what's new. Lay down, dear ladies, I think you must know him. He's the cowboy from Boston. The cowboy from Boston, come a long way from home. Well, he played an old fiddle made over in Europe, recited the poets and quoted the bards, rode out of the east on a QuaranPalooza. The cowboy from Boston with a sleeve full of cards, with a hey diddle ho riding high in the saddle, a pearl handle pistol and a master's degree. Come 3,000 miles to the streets of Seattle to wet his fine whistle on some fresh Chinese tea. East Coast goes west to meet Far East, you see. A good man or bad depends on just who is talking. He bluffed like a champion or he lied like a snake. The ladies all swooned when he twirled his mustaches, and they snuck out the back door to bring him some cake. With a hey diddle ho riding over the prairie, fancy pants holster, real silver spurs. The music he fiddled was so fine and airy. Looking up in the sky, he could name all the stars. He knew all his history and the generals and wars. Yodelay-hee, yodelay-hee-hoo, yodelay, dear ladies, we all know just who. Won't you lay down, dear ladies, I think you may know him. He's the cowboy from Boston, come a long way from Boston, come a long way from Boston, come a long way from home. Well, he rode down the coast to the West Texas border, to the Mexican desert where the summer was fierce. He got all caught up in the good revolution. He fought at the side of an old man named Bierce. With a Viva Zapata he gave a loud holler, his gentleman's clothing all spattered with mud. He shot like a bandit, but he talked like a scholar. The cowboy from Boston, all hell-bent for blood. The cowboy from Boston won't come to no good. Well, not far from Houston, he stopped a stray bullet, and the last words he said lifted right off the page. It was something he'd learned from the poet of Avon. How all men are players and life is a stage. With a viva la vida, that was how fate had planned it. There's no one can say once that hand rolls the bone. He talked like a scholar, but he shot like a bandit. The cowboy from Boston, laying under some stones. The cowboy from Boston, come a long way from home. Yodelay-hee, yodelay-hee-hoo. Ladies, oh ladies, you all know just who. Won't you lay down, dear ladies, I think you might know him. He's the cowboy from Boston, come a long way from Boston, come a long way from Boston, come a long way from home. cowboy from Boston. Scooches forever. Come join me in New York. I need you back there or up there. Alrighty. This is a song from. All of the songs I'm going to do here are part of a thing called Butterfly Songs of the Haunted Prairie, and they're songs of the Old West, of legend, and also of my personal family history, which is coming out as a videotape this coming month. And it will be a video movie with lovely images and a little bit of history and dialogue, and it's something I've been working on for a while. So this next tune is called Dolorosa, and it's about my family's attraction to Mexico. I was born in Mexico. People ask me, well, why were you born in Mexico? And I tell them, well, I didn't have much choice in the matter. You know, it's a joke, you know, I'd explain it, you know, like Kornacki with a blackboard behind me, but you'll probably get it after a while. Dolorosa and the road back to Mexico. Cactus flower, snow white blossom, shining like the desert moon. Lantern of the lost and dreaming, bright upon the shadow dunes. I come to you to learn forgiveness, call up my tears and let them go. The water sighs beneath the bridges, along the road to Mexico. Sleeping village, silent fountain, roses on the garden wall, curtains blowing out from windows, whisper of the stars that fall. I come to you to learn forgetting, call up my tears and let them go. The wind is praying in the treetops, along the road to Mexico. Dolorosa, mi vida, there's a promise I must keep. Lie down on your cloud of pillows, sail across the seas of sleep. Let this be my song of parting, one last kiss before I go. The wind is praying in the treetops, along the road to Mexico. That's a Mexican kind of song. All right. I say these songs of the Old West. Cowboy movies were the source of a lot of this information. This song actually takes place in China. But as surely as you've heard of spaghetti westerns, you have also gone to see those Chinese movies that are just like westerns. So this is like an Eastern western, not a spaghetti western, but more like a chop suey western. And it's dedicated to Run Run Shaw, who was the producer of so many perfectly terrible and wonderful Chinese martial arts movies. So I hope you enjoy a Run Run Shaw. In a dirty little village just west of old Peiping, a gang of thieves came riding down, led by a bandit king. When the sheriff tried to stop them, they relieved him of his life, and now they're gambling in the tea house, and they're spoiling for a fight. Send for the soldiers, send for the warriors, sent for the man they call the Dragon Sword. Those dirty, rotten highwaymen deserve a taste of hell. They terrorized the villagers and they've pissed into the well. Next day down the highway comes a stranger with a staff. Guzzling from a wine jug, he throws out a hearty laugh. He walks into the tea house where he buys a plate of beans, takes a table in a corner where he sizes up the scene. Oh, those gangsters, they don't like him and they come and gather round. And the next thing you know, there's a fist fight going down. Someone throws a dagger that he catches in a teacup. With his martial arts like lightning, those bad boys, they can't keep up. Run, run, Shaw, mister, it's alright. It's not your fault that the kids all wanna fight. Someone breaks the law, someone else will make it right. It's all about the heroes. Run, run, Shaw. Someone comes down from the balcony, it's little sister with a fan. Come down to break into the... She fights just like a man. With her hands as swift as butterflies, she knows just how to use them. If those gangsters want to risk their lives, they're surely gonna lose them. Now they're busting over furniture and they're breaking through the walls and they're running down the alley with the devil at their heels. And when the dust is settled, it's just anybody's guess. Who will pay for all these dishes? Who will clean up all this mess? Run, run, Shaw, mister, it's alright. It's not your fault that the kids all wanna fight. Someone breaks the law, someone else will make it right. Oh, it's all about the heroes. Next evening in the moonlight, beside a misty lake, the stranger and the maiden in a friendly duel partake. He with his drunken monkey, she with her throwing stars. Oh, they fight defying gravity, the tenderest of wars. Your martial arts are pretty good, she tells him with a snort. And if that seems a bit dismissive, it's only meant in sport. And they lie down in the alley while the moon is going down. Come morning, he has left her, gone to save another town. Run, run, Shaw, mister, it's alright. It's not your fault that the kids all wanna fight. Someone breaks the law, someone else will make it right. It's all about the heroes. Run, run, Shaw. Run, run, Shaw. And Fujinada. Nice to see you. Haven't seen you in a while. I go, ooh, very nice, very nice. What fun this is. And once again, I think we all owe such a debt of gratitude for that guy up there who sits at the helm of this noble ship of music, John Ryback. He has a difficult job. You know, he polishes the lenses on the Webb telescope, which means at least once a week he has to go all the way out past the orbit of, where is it now? And by hand polish the lenses. He does a fine job of it, and I think it's just wonderful. Thank you, John, for all the things you brought to us.
It's tiring.
Nice clear lens on the telescope there. All righty, this is yet more of that kind of excitement that comes from just writing songs. I love writing songs. I recently, by the way, why have I've heard that phrase so many times this week. I recently published this book, which can be gotten from Amazon, called Songs of the Earth and Her Passengers, and it's all of the lyrics and chords of the songs I've written from 1967 till this year. And it just came out. It's got everything in there is verified and vetted, and you can find that at Amazon. If you're interested in learning some of my songs, I write a lot of different kinds of songs, as they will testify around here. Anyway, here we go. This is another song. This is a song called Butterfly. I have a little pony with star drops in her eyes. Her coat is slick and black as silk, and I call her Butterfly. I ride her in the valley where the river water's sweet. She drinks it like a lady, and she prances with her feet. The eagle on the wing is chasing shadows in the sun, and lightning doesn't stand a chance when you see my pony run. Her mane flies out like fire when she's running with the wind. I know she'll never throw me, that pony is my friend. I started out in Dallas, since that's where I was raised. Took up a life of gambling, and all of my luck be praised. I went out to California where the streets were paved with mud. I bought a pair of pistols and I learned to thrive on blood. I shot a man in anger over something that he said, and I had to give up gambling when the gold turned into lead. I left all that behind me and I'm running with the wind. I know they'll never find me, that pony is my friend. Well, I was heading out from Reno, but the desert got too big. I lost all my provisions and all of my water dried. My pretty little pony fell down and broke a leg. I sent her to her maker and I laid down by her side. Now the buzzard on the wing is tracing circles in the sand, and a man cries out for water who's got diamonds in his hand. Now I've come to higher ground where the river's just begun, and I climb up on the mountaintop and I watch my pony run. I have a little pony with star drops in her eyes. Her coat is slick and black as silk, and the saddle she denies. I ride her in the valley where the river water's sweet. She drinks it up like champagne wine and prances with her feet. And I ride her in the hilly land where the river's just begun, and I climb up on the mountaintop just to watch my pony run. It's the Ballad of Calamity Jane. Calamity Jane comes down from the hills like the thunder and rain, a 6-gun goddess 5 bullets shy. No one can tell if her life is a lie. Comes down from the hills like the wild night wind. Everybody knows her, she hasn't got a friend. She's got a room upstairs in the Deadwood Bar, a dime novel hero and a rodeo star. Shoots down dreams like bottles on a shelf, standing at the mirror talking to herself. Jane, tall as a crane, who can believe and who can explain if her life is a legend or the legend is a lie? She shoots her pistol at the stars in the sky. rode with General Crook at Rosebud Hill. She shot like the devil, but she never made a kill. There's no need to kill 'em when the hard times will. She rode in the circus just to give them a thrill. Standing up in the saddle, she never took a spill. But they only came to see old Buffalo Bill. Jane, Jane, tall as a crane, lying in bed with a fever in her brain, trying to sort out all the things she did from the things she didn't and the things she hid. What is the truth and what is the lie? She shoots her pistol at the stars in the sky. She shoots her pistol at the stars in the sky. Thank you. Thanks so much. Wait, so what we got here?
Yeah, one more. I think.
One more is good. Our old Italian neighborhood has turned Chinese maybe for good. Water, water everywhere. The ghetto has been gentrified. The first folks have been pushed aside. It doesn't matter if there's fair. It's the same thing everywhere. The Indians that once lived here, they made their trade in hunting deer. Water, water everywhere. They made a bargain with the Dutch that really didn't leave them much, but the Dutchmen didn't care. It's the same thing everywhere. Now the hippies have all moved upstate. The hipsters came to take their place. Maybe the only difference is the hair. And the little shops you could afford to shop in once, they now are boarded. But the building owners, they don't care. It's the same thing everywhere. Well, the water just goes where it will. You know it always flows downhill. Rivers running everywhere. And who are you and I to kid? It just does what it always did. Just goes where it's meant to be, flowing till it finds the sea. Water, water everywhere. Now the music clubs have all shut down, and New York is a rich man's town. It doesn't matter if it's fair. And the only music that remains is while you're waiting for the trains. You can tip them if you care. So much free music everywhere. Well, the money just goes where it must. It's all about the boom or bust. Buddy, have you got a dime to spare? And who are you and I to kid? It settles for the lowest bid. The bottom line is where it goes. That's just the way the money flows. Doesn't matter if it's fair. Now in my new Chinese neighborhood, the people that I meet are good. It's the same thing everywhere. No matter where they come from, friend, they're only people in the end. It's not their fault, they had to settle there. People, people everywhere. People trying just to be everywhere like you and me, like water flowing down the sea. growing where we're meant to be. Water, 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 everywhere. I thank you. I thank you so much. Thank you, John. Hi, Craig. How's it going, buddy?
Hey, Bert.
Yeah. See you next time. Thanks for joining in, and thanks for supporting the great cause of the Bay Area Cancer Connections.
Thank you, Bert. Great set.